everybody, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. Let's just dive right on in. So we're just going to start on our feet today. So just finding a nice neutral posture here, standing nice and comfortably, just making sure that we're not locking anything out, holding any tensions anywhere, and we're just going to close down the eyes. So just give those knees a little shake, make sure we're not locking those out, take any movements that might feel good, and we'll just dive right on in. So just start taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice deep breath, feel those ribs expand. And then as we breathe, we're just going to drop one ear to the shoulder. And then roll the neck all the way through to the other side. So you can match that with the breath if you want. Exhaling to roll that neck, taking a big breath at each side. Just easing any tensions you might have in those shoulders and that neck. And just one more each side. Into center. You can open the eyes or you can keep them closed, I don't mind. We're just going to come into some shoulder rolls. So rolling the shoulders forward, first of all, just a nice big exaggerated movement. Again, just keep taking those nice big deep breaths. 2 more this way. And then taking it back the other way, so going all the way back, up and around. Nice opening up in that chest. And 2 more. Big movement. Last one. And relax it there. Coming into a nice big full body stretch. So just take those feet slightly wider, interlace the fingers, stretching up towards the sky, and then just stretch over to one side. Let that lead you through, all the way through, around the front to the other side. Stretching through the back, up to center, and then to the other side. So just notice any areas of tension. Just work through them nice and slow, stretching through. Lovely. One more each side. Up to center, and then go for those hands. Wonderful. So, starting with some squats. We're going to do our narrow squats today. So we're going to bring our feet directly underneath the hips here. Everything else about the squat is exactly the same other than the feet, just in that slightly different position. Normally you have them slightly wider. So think about sitting back in a chair, so pushing the hips back, keeping that chest lifted, knees tracking over the toes. Yeah, arms can be wherever. Actually, arms, we'll just do a little front raise with the arms. Squat down, raise the arms in front, and then coming back. So just take a few rounds just to warm up into it a little bit, just thinking about that technique, thinking about that posture and that squat, making sure we're just pushing that bum back. I'll just do a few from the side so you can see. Yeah, hips back, chest lifted. You might find that with these narrow squats, your range of motion is just slightly more limited. It might not be. And then now that we're comfortable, taking it just out a little bit further. Nice. Just do 2 more like this. Chest lifted, make sure those knees aren't rolling in or out. And up. Wonderful. Staying with it. This time making it a little bit harder. Stay with those normal squats if you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to peel those heels off the floor. Squatting down. Coming up. So, tighten up in that core a little bit more. Draw the belly button in. Slowly down, keep those heels lifted. Slowly up, challenge that balance. Feel that little wobble, tighten up a little bit more. Take it slow. Nice. Keep it going. Let's do 2 more here. Almost there. Whoop, nearly went. Keep drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Keep breathing. Wonderful. Shake it off. One last one to do. So, this one we're going to come down to the bottom. Maybe not that full bottom range, but maybe to about 3/4 of the way down. Come down into that position there. Find yourself nice and strong. Draw the belly button in. We're going to lift one heel, and then we're going to slowly transition to the other side. So there should be a moment where both heels are off the mat as we transition. Now notice how I'm not lifting up and down as I'm squatting. I'm keeping that chest in that same position. All that's happening is a little bit of movement in that leg. Keep drawing that belly button in towards the spine, moving slowly. Just focus on that stability. So try and keep those hips level. No movement in that upper body. A little bit of burn in the legs. Stay with it. 2 more each side. Nice. Bring those heels down. Back up to standing. Woo! Give those legs a little wiggle off. Nice work. Coming into a little lunge now, so we're just going to come to the front edge of the mat. We're going to take a big step back with whichever leg. Don't mind which one you start on. So take a big step back. I'm just going to windmill the arms and come into our warrior 2. So we're just going to windmill the arms around. Just shifting that foot, shifting that angle there, bringing that body weight into this bent knee. So this is our warrior 2 position. Chest nice and open, looking forward. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to drop this back hand to the leg and stretch behind into our reverse warrior. Take a nice big stretch here. And then we're going to swing through and come to the other side. So we're just going to lean on that front knee, stretching here. So we're just going to switch between the two. Nice and easy. Nice big stretch in each one. Staying strong in that lunge. Grounding down into the feet. Try and keep those hips facing forward as well. Nice. Let's do one more each way here. Nice big stretch. And last one. Center, and then we're just going to come back into that lunge. So we're just going to pivot on that foot, step that back foot forward to meet the front, and give that leg a little shake off. We're going to step up to the other side. I'm just going to switch around so I can face forward. So whichever side you haven't done, we're going to do that one now. So just stepping back into that lunge. So ground yourself down, find that position, windmill those arms to warrior 2, just switching that angle of that foot. Bringing our body weight forward over that bent knee, chest nice and open. Coming into that reverse warrior, nice big stretch behind, and then nice big stretch forward. Taking those nice big deep breaths. Two more. Last one. time. We're just going to bring both hands down to the mat. Come down to that little low lunge. Stepping that foot back. Dropping down to the knees and just take a little stretch off in child's pose here. Have a little moment. Take a breath. And then get ready for our next one. So coming back onto our hands and knees. Coming into bird dog. So bird dog, if you remember, is all about this core stability here. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Opposite arm to leg. But we're going to add on some variations. Stick with that normal bird dog if you want to. Otherwise, we're going to stay on one side and we're going to combine two little variations. So we're going to extend opposite arm to leg away. Nice and slowly, we're going to bring elbow to knee. Nice little crunch here in the belly. Curving up into that spine. We're going to come back out. And then we're going to take opposite arm and leg away from the midline. And then back in. And then we're going to repeat here. Otherwise, you can just pick one of those variations if you want to just stick with one and try that. Otherwise, we're going to go for a double one. So here we go. Just stay on one side. Extend away. Find that balance. Draw the belly button in. Find that stability. Elbow to knee. Extend away. Take it out to the side. And then back. And again. Moving nice and slow. Try to limit that wobble in the body. It's all about that stability. Those deep core muscles kicking in. Nice work, guys. Stay with it. 4 more here. Extend right to the fingertips, right to the toes. Keep drawing in. We've got 2 more to go. Last one on this side. And down. Nice. Give it a little wiggle off. Give that arm a little shake. That supporting arm might get a little bit tight. And then get ready. We're going to do it on the other side. So find that nice strong position again. Switching back onto those deep core muscles. On the other side. Extend away. Elbow to knee. Take it out to the side. Keep drawing in. Fight that wobble. Halfway, 3 more. Last 2, keep it slow, challenge it so you can take it a little bit further. Last 1. Back to center, coming down, stretch off in child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Take another little moment here, take a breath. Beautiful work. Once you've had a little rest there, we're going to come all the way down onto the front. Coming onto the front here. So, we're going to come into our star pose here. So, arms and legs are going to come off the corners of the mat. Yeah, into a nice little star. Beautiful. So this is just an extension of our back extension. So, extension and extension. So remember, our back extension is just lifting in that upper body. Yeah, but we're just going to add on a little bit. So remember, nice and long in the neck, looking down to the mat, a little tuck in the chin, yeah? So we're not looking up here, and we're not tucking down too far, yeah? First of all, we're going to move opposite arm to leg. Now, just like we did in the bird dog. If that's too much, you can just stick with one arm or leg. So just stick with a single, just maybe arms and then try legs, whatever. If not, we're going to do both. So taking a big breath in. Draw the belly button in here. So we're nice and tight in the core, nice and protected. And then we lift. Opposite arm to leg lifts. Lifting that chest off the mat, and then we slowly bring it back down. And then other side. Lift. And then lower. Beautiful. Stay with it. Really stretch right to the fingertips, right to the toes. As we start to warm up into it, see how high we can lift them up. And keep it nice and long on that neck, looking down to the mat. Feel those back muscles switching on. Think about all those big back muscles working. The glute as well as we lift that leg. And the core, obviously. 2 more each side, wherever we are. Slow and controlled on the way back down, remember? Last one each side. Lovely. Now, depending on how that one went for you, we're going to go for a double. So if that felt like enough, you can stay with that. If you were maybe doing a single arm, single leg, maybe you can try for that double. Otherwise, we're going to go all 4. Yep, all arms, all legs, as many of you got. So, even more core connection here, protect that lower back, yeah? You will feel those muscles kicking in, particularly down here. That's totally what it's about. But just make sure that that core is switched on just to protect, yeah? So nice big deep breath in. Switch onto the core, point the toes, right to fingertips, lift. And slowly lower. Squeeze that bum, squeeze the tummy. Remember that position of the neck and the head. Switching on to all those lovely back muscles. Control it down, remember. 4 more. That's 3. Lifting a little higher maybe. And 1 more. Big breath in. Up we go. All the way back down. Beautiful. Now that one leads us nicely into our swan dive. If you don't want to do this one, that's fine. You can just stay with practicing that star, yeah? Otherwise, I want you to think about that position we're just in. So that position here with everything switched on, yeah? All of those back muscles switched on, the legs, the glutes, all of it, because you're going to need it. So those legs are just going to come narrow now. I'm going to start with the arms, the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades back. I'm just going to lift up into a cobra pose here. Now, before we even move in this position, draw the belly button in, shoulder blades back and down, switch onto the back, squeeze the bum. Then what we're going to do is take a breath in, exhale, let go with the hands. You're going to swing and catch. Yeah, looks scarier than it is, I promise. The trick is to not get to the bottom and relax. Because if those legs don't come up, you haven't got that momentum to get yourself back. So that's what's going to happen is, if you let it relax, you'll just flop down and then you'll not be able to get back up again. So it's about keeping that tension in the back. So into that cobra. Obviously the higher up we get in that cobra as well, the more movement we've got to play with. Deep breath in. Draw the belly button in, squeeze the bum, point the toes, let go. Catch. Try it. How are we doing? We got it? 4 more. Did we get there? Takes a little bit to get your head around, but it's all just about keeping the bum switched on and the back switched on. What might have happened is that you come down, and that switches off, and you flop, and then you think, where do I go from there? Yeah? What you can also do as well is keep the hands there. So as we come down, if you're a bit scared of letting go, keep your hands there for a little bit of safety. You really are fine, but just keep them there if you want to. Something to practice maybe. So, coming all the way onto your back. Just hug those knees in, give yourself a little rock from side to side, relax all those back muscles we've just used. Take a little moment here. And then we're going to finish up with some ab work. So we're going to stay with our knees bent. And we're just going to bring them into our tabletop position, but we're going to glue them together. So knees and ankles touching. Think about squeezing it together. Just into a little oblique curl up here. So we want to think about trying to keep these legs nice and still. And all we're going to do is draw the belly button in. Little curl up, trying to get that elbow to reach the knee and then down. So create a bit of tension by squeezing those legs together. And we want to limit that movement in the hips. It's all in the core. Alternating sides. Keep drawing that belly button in, nice big twist in the body. Nice. Squeezing those legs together. Three more each way. Two more. Drawing that belly button in, work from the core. Last one each way. And then on this last one, stay there. Stay curled up. Extend this top leg away. This opposite leg, sorry. Elbow still reaching for that knee on this side. Going to lower. And lift. So staying in that curl up. Lower. And lift. Nice. Keep drawing that belly button in. Keep breathing. 4 more. Two. I'm going to switch straight onto that other side. Bring that leg back to center. Extend that other leg away. Come into that curl up. Here we go. Stay with it. Nice work, guys. 4 more. Keep drawing in, keep breathing. Last 2. Last 1. And take a little rest off. Got 1 more to do. We're just going to take that into a full double leg raise. So, harder option. It's just going to stay in that curled up position. Easier option, keep that neck and the head back down on the mat. And then if you need to as well, you can also just tuck tuck those hands underneath the hips because it acts as a little bit of a brace there. So choose your option. Extend those legs up towards the sky, draw the belly button in, and then lower and lift. Just nice and slow. Just taking it to wherever's comfortable for you. Don't worry about how far they get down. Just feel those abs work. Keep pointing those toes. 4 more. Stay with me, last 2. Keep breathing. Last 1. And relax. Hook those knees in. Good work. Woo, felt that one. Let's just do a few little stretches and then we're done with these. So come into a seated position. We start in our butterfly. Feet together. Try and just walk the hips nice and close to the heels there. And then we're going to start sitting nice and tall, and then we're just going to lean forward from the hips, stretching over, curling over, trying to get that head nice and close to the feet. If you feel a little bit tight there, what you can also do is just use the elbows to try and negotiate those knees down a little bit more. Maybe give them a little rock. You know, just increase that stretch a little bit. And then from there, you can come back into it, see if it helps a little bit. Deep breaths. Remember, as you relax into it, you might be able just to come into it a little bit deeper each time. And then slowly coming up. Just give those legs a little wobble. We're going to come into a little squat here. Now this might look different for everyone. So we're going to try and come into our bottom range. So I want you to keep the heels on the floor. Now if you can't quite manage a nice low one like this, that's fine. You can come up just a little bit higher into a nice little low squat here, just resting on the knees here. Otherwise, we're going to come down to the bottom range of our squat. And just like in the beginning, we're going to keep our chest lifted. We're going to bring our hands into prayer pose, and we're just going to try and push the knees away. So if you're in that slightly higher one, again, you can just use those arms to push the knees away. And just breathe into it. This is a really good one to practice, just to help that range of motion. And it's normally quite telling, so if you find it quite hard, as you do improve, you'll obviously see quite a marked difference. And it just feels good. I like this one. Keep pushing those knees away. Big breath here. Just relax it there. What we're going to do now is just transition slowly up to standing. First of all, have a little stretch down at the bottom there. So we'll bring our hands down to the mat, and we're just going to drop the head and lift the hips into forward fold. From here, take the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers. And just reach up with those hands up towards the sky. So just extending those arms away, getting a nice little stretch into the arms, into the shoulders. Just keep that head heavy. Deep breaths here. you want to. Just going to grab a hold of the back of the ankles and just draw the body a little closer, just stretching into the hamstrings. And then letting go of that one. Just relax the bottom, take a big breath. Exhale, bend in the knees, and super, super slowly, keeping the head and shoulders heavy, we're going to roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head and shoulders are the last thing to come up until we find ourselves standing. Coming into our nice neutral stance. Let's just take some nice big deep breaths to finish. Big breath in. Stretching up. And big exhale. And again. Big exhale. And one more. Biggest one yet. Big stretch. And big exhale. And give yourself a clap. Nice work, everybody. Thank you for joining me again. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon.